So Naruto and Sasuke and Hinata all go and rush at the wood style dude. The wood style dude, noticing this, he instantly starts putting up several like wooden walls. He starts throwing stuff at him, so on and so forth. Basically distracting him from the the three tails, which is what Naruto and them wanted when they initially got there. Like they jumped into the fight like almost immediately thinking they need to draw as much attention as possible. So they didn't bother to hide their chakra, especially Naruto. And Naruto has like this weird, like almost limitless pool. So like the minute Naruto stepped almost like off the sand, like he was almost immediately noticed by almost everybody watching the fight and in the fight alone. Right? So Sakura, not Sakura. Fuck, I keep wanting to call Hinata Sakura. So Sakura was like, see, see, see. Hinata was like, if anybody didn't know we were here, they know we're here now. Thanks, Naruto. And like Naruto, he smiles and he's like, well, it is what it is. They gotta know when greatness has arrived anyway, right? And like Sasuke was like, y'all like look like pay attention and stop talking. Like we're literally finna get into a fight. And this is only because Sasuke wants to finish this as quickly as possible so him and Naruto can go after his brother. Right? Right. Or just him. So as they're going over there, Naruto almost immediately notices that the Three Tails is not getting like it's a loose binding. So like even when they initially got here, like they're starting to think it's a setup. And as they're like thinking this, they're getting into the fight. The wood release dude is fighting them back. Like Sasuke realized he's underneath a genjutsu. Uh Hinata like clarifies it like, yeah, that's a genjutsu. I can tell because his like abilities aren't even as strong as they're supposed to be. Stuff like that, like slight hints that both those two can pick up on, right? So at this point in time, Naruto, he pulls out the little butcher blades and he's like, all right, bet. So he starts chopping through the wood like relentlessly, and people are like watching this man. Like Miss Shinobi are watching what they've been fighting for fucking hours, quotation marks, for fucking hours. Naruto is literally chopping through with ease, right? And then he gets the dude and he basically like wraps him in the chain of his blade, and then like he takes him down to Sasuke, and Sasuke like releases him from the genjutsu, and dude is basically shook. He don't know where he is, what was going on, and before they could even really figure out what was going on, they get attacked by the Three Tails, and the Three Tails is still like he's pissed, and Gara he's confused because everybody in the like the higher ups of all the villages know that the Three Tails is a perfect Jinchuriki. So the fact that he's lashing out in rage like a normal tailed beast is kind of weird, right? So he like he's trying to get this information back to Naruto. So he sends like a little bit of sand that converts into a mouth, and he tells Naruto this. And Naruto, he's like, okay, okay, so he imbues his blades with a little bit of chakra. He tells Hinata to watch the wood release dude, and he tells Sasuke if he wants to get involved, he can. And Sasuke scoffs and is like, if there's any way to get this done faster, then I'm in, right? So they pull out like Sasuke pulls out his blade and imbues it with chakra too. So he just like he figured that imbuing your blade with chakra is way better than just using a regular sword. So it just intensifies his blade. So his hits, even though he uses regular strength, his hits still like he can cut through shit easier. So like if you had a suit of armor, he could swing regularly, but since he got that chakra on his sword, it damn near cuts like a lightsaber type shit, so he can just cut through it. Anyway, Naruto's is worse. um anyway, with that being said, they jump after Three Tails, and the Three Tails begins like, they begin to fight it. Big ass fucking tailed beast versus Naruto and Sasuke. And as they're fighting, Sasuke, he comes to the realization, like, yo, this man is obviously trying to kill us. Like, we came here to help him, but he's obviously trying to like, he's trying to kill us. And they only come to this conclusion after the Three Tails directly targets Hinata, and Hinata wasn't even in the fight. So like Gara, because at this point in time she was over there by Gara, so Gara was able to like protect her using an immense amount of sand because he shot a fucking small tailed beast bomb at them, which basically turned half of Gara's sand to glass. So the big platform that they came on is like was cut in like by 75%. So then like Naruto basically like Naruto makes a joke, but he gets serious underneath that same breath. Like he releases a bunch of chakra into like his blades and like just out into the air. And he's like, well, I guess somebody's gonna learn how to fly. Somebody's going to learn to fly in order to get back to the Sand Village. And Sasuke like looks at him like, what are you talking about? Right? And while all of this is going on, Naruto basically like fucking charges up and his eyes are going blue, his blades are glowing blue at this point. So this man like he charges at the Three Tails because he knows dude is in there. Like he knows dude is watching type stuff. So he goes and he starts chopping up the Three Tails. And since the pain, I'm gonna just say like the pain of the one tails, the Three Tails being messed up affects the Jinchuriki too. I think that's how that works. I'm not necessarily sure. But anyway, I'm gonna just assume that's how that worked with perfect Jinchurikis, because given the fact that in Boruto, when when Naruto's daughter hit him, well, I guess you can consider that different given the fact that he got hit in the direct seal. But for this instance, I'm gonna just let it slide. So the mist Kage, he can feel this. Like Naruto is literally chopping this man up. Naruto is slinging these blades, and he went even so far as to to wrap his blade around a building and throw it at the he used the mist fucking foundations like their buildings and stuff and threw them at the fucking mist the mist Kage and the Three Tails. So at this point in time Naruto is just pulverizing it, and Gara, he's like noticing like Naruto is going too tough for this to be like his what first fight out. You can't be doing that, people are watching. Like it's even like even the Leaf Village, like they even sent Leaf Village here people to watch you, yo, and you're going crazy. Like you're not even using like. So he tries to rein Naruto in, and Naruto's like, you know what? You're right. And at this point in time, the Three Tails and shrunk back down. Dude is exhausted. He's like he got all these little cuts and scrapes all over his body. And at this point in time, like all the mist soldiers that were fighting dude that were still able to move, they start like gathering their leader, and their leader was like, "What are y'all doing? Don't help me, get them." And like their people, like his people, look at him like, "Bro, are you fucking crazy? That man just beat you out of your three tails. Are you dumb?" Right? So like as they're doing this, they're like, man, just get this man to the hospital. He's clearly butthurt. Right? So like as they're taking him off, they're like, no, bro, we got questions for him. Like capture him. How did he defeat Zabuza? Zabuza was a known criminal. Like he's just screaming this stuff as they drag him to a hospital because he's clear like he's not thinking straight. Right? But that was because Naruto, like the age of fucking 12, knocked off Haku and Zabuza, which were seriously wanted criminals not only throughout the world, but in the Mist Village too, if I'm not mistaken. Right? So he had a pet peeve with Naruto specifically because he couldn't bring them in and he was looking for them. Anyway, so with that being said, he literally, after this point, he joins the Akatsuki because Naruto just fucked him up in his own backyard. And all of his fucking like people, not only do they look down on him, but his reaction after the fight didn't make his situation better either. So, you know, there's that. And Naruto and them, they head back to the they're like heading back to the Sand Village, and Gaara was like, "So you were really talking about somebody learning how to fly?" And Naruto, he's like, "No, I was joking. If anything, I wasn't gonna do nothing but try to fling myself back." And like, so Sasuke was like, "Bro, what? You don't even make sense sometimes. I'm not even gonna, jump into that, right?" So then they get back to the Sand Village, and they're talking. They're chilling. Sakura, not Sakura, Hinata tells them that she got a message from the Leaf Village. And they're reading the message, and like her stomach drops when she opens it because her like it says that the Leaf Village is under attack. And Naruto, without any thoughts, he pulls out his blades, imbues them with chakra, looks at Sasuke, and was like, "You want to know how I said I was gonna fling myself back?" He throws the blades into a direction, and he starts like walking backwards, and he like flings himself, and the blades like come out of the walls, and like throughout the whole, like he's not flying, he's literally like lunging himself forward using the blade. He'll throw it far, it'll hook into something, and he'll pull himself forward real hard, basically flinging himself for like miles. Anyway, so like Sasuke and Hinata are like, so what the fuck is that? That's not even like stealthy. That's literally him just, I don't even know. Right? And Garo was like, I guess I can give y'all a ride back. I mean, shit, by the time we get there might not be anything to fight. Right? So Naruto, I'm gonna say roughly is about 5 minutes away from the Leaf Village. And as he's like 5 minutes away, it's obviously coming into view. So when it comes into view, he automatically sees like pain in the sky. So he like gets this horrible feeling in his stomach. And as he gets this feeling, Pain Almighty pushes the entire Leaf Village. So Naruto, like he stops, like he midair, he stops, lands on a tree, and he's just standing there. And he can see, you gotta remember, Naruto's like senses are better than like almost every other person with a Gekigenkai or not. He just tends not to use it because that involves a lot. He can hear, see, and smell a lot of things. So, with that being said, because he's a fucking deity, just in a literal, not in a literal sense, but like, yeah. Anyway, with that being said, he literally like he stops on the tree and he can see the people underneath the rubble that are begging for help. He can see the people that are hopelessly staring at Pain. He can see the people that are dying underneath the rubble. He can see the people above the rubble dying. He can see and hear all of it. So like he's just standing there, and as he's standing there, he hears a voice in his head. And he goes, "Well, why are you just standing there? Aren't you gonna go do something about it?" And Naruto, he jumps into his head and he turns around, and the Nine Tails is just standing there. And the Nine Tails is like, you haven't had this much emotion in you in a while. But yet, here you are, all this emotion with no movement. You've stopped. What happened? Can you not fight anymore? Like he's basically not berating Naruto, but like he's trying to figure out why Naruto ain't going forward. Because he's not trying to see Naruto just be stuck here in fear. That's what Naruto, he's never known Naruto to do that. Right? Or like whatever this is. So the Nine Tails is telling him, and the Nine Tails is like, you know what? Maybe I should take over. Maybe I should give you some of my power. But I don't like people. So who's to say I'll just stop at Pain? Who's to say I won't go back and take out? Because you got to remember, the Nine Tails don't like Uchiha's like at all. So he immediately directs his anger toward Sasuke because like Naruto is Sasuke's best friend. So he's like, what if I just go back and use yours and my power to take out that fucking Uchiha, right? And like Naruto's basically hearing all of this, and he can still kind of hear everybody outside because his senses, they be going crazy. Anyway, so like Naruto, like he tells him like, no, no, that's not like he's gonna pay. Like there's no coming back from this. Nothing will stop me. He will suffer. Right? And the Nine Tails, like he creeps back into the shadows with this big old grin on his face. And he's like, I cannot wait to see how this goes on, like how this plans out. And Naruto cuts back into reality, and like Hinata, like they caught up to him. That's how long he was stuck standing there, right? Hinata and Sasuke are trying to like knock him out of it, and like Naruto, he like comes back to his senses, And Sasuke was like, "What are you doing here? Did you just stand here and watch him do that?" And like Naruto, in the most calmest voice possible, he tells him to move, right? And Sasuke, he's like, what do you mean move? Did you watch him do that to our village? Right? Like, there's no way you just sat there and watched that happen, Naruto. We know you were close enough. Hinata said you were, right? And Naruto, he looks at Sasuke with like the coldest glare ever, and he's like, I said move, right? And Sasuke, he like stops, like he's clearly mad because Naruto basically just bitched him. But like he obviously knowing what's going on, he stepped back, and Naruto just erupts more furious than he ever has. And as he's doing this, Pain looks over and he's like, oh, there he is. And he like Naruto steps over the boundary, and as he like steps over, he sees Kakashi lifeless on the floor. Tsunade's like right there next to him because Kakashi died protecting Tsunade because that was his not his charge. Yeah, that was basically his charge. Like that was somebody that he had to protect. That he was her shadow Hokage. So like he wasn't a direct Hokage, but he was basically like her last line of defense outside of the Anbu. So like he literally died protecting her type stuff. So like when they see Naruto over the line, Jiraiya, he's like he's happy to see Naruto, but and the state that he's in, like Naruto comes, he's standing on the outer perimeter of the Leaf Village, erupting in like just see like just the most amount of chakra you can ever possibly imagine. Man just literally in the shape of a human looking like a tailed beast. Anyway, got the chakra of a tailed beast right now. So Pain is like he's trying to go into this monologue and he's like, so you seen it, I know you seen it, my sensory path told me you did, whatever. And Naruto, he's not trying to hear none of it. He grabs his one of his butcher blades with the chain and he flings it and instantly takes out almost like every other pain. Like he's almost controlling it with his mind, right? So, like, as all this is going on, the Diva Path, he's kind of panicking because he didn't know that Naruto could do this. He was basically told that Naruto could fling buildings. He basically got rid of out of every building. He thought Naruto was just gonna come at him with the blades, in which case he could push that away. But he literally he mind controlled the blade. Naruto's been standing on the outer perimeter this whole time. And then like the first thing Naruto says is like, nah, no, this isn't going to be a fight. This is going to be judgment, and you will pay, right? And this makes not Jiraiya. This makes Pain laugh because like nobody has ever really said anything like that to him, right? So he's laughing. He's like, "Do you really think?" And as he's laughing, he looks over and Naruto's like directly in his face with like with the sword, with the little butcher blade, and he goes to swing, and the only thing that saved his life was that almighty push. He pushes Naruto back, sending him flying into the crater, and he then proceeds to throw chakra rods at him, and one of them, like, sticks into his arm. And he, like, Naruto looks at it, and he just pulls it out, and Pain is like, bro, what the fuck? What are you doing? Stop. This is not that deep. The village wasn't even that serious. Like they're not even here no more, bro. These people are dead. Why are you fighting so hard, right? Like he's saying like all this in his mind. In the other, like the real Pain, he's thinking like he looks at Conan and he's like, oh, how far are we away from the Leaf Village? And Conan, she looks at him and she's like, "Oh, we're pretty far. Why? Why? You need something's wrong? Something's wrong?" He's like, "Nah, I'm just remembering that Orochimaru almost got fucking killed by this kid, and he's older now, and he just like almost killed almost all of my pains." And Conan, she's like listening to this, and she's like, "Um, need me to go get your diva path?" And they're like, no. He's like, no, cause I think you'll die. Like I don't think he's coming back from this, right? And this basically prompt like this, like as they're talking about this, he's literally fighting for his life. Like he's every other like chakra rod that he's like summoned has either been chopped in half or he's like had to use it as a sword, damn near to fight Naruto. But every other like few hits, it'll break. So he's literally Yeah, and then the only reprieve, like the only break that he gets is when he gets his pushback, which is like I think every 30 seconds, close to a minute. And like throughout that whole time, he pushes Naruto back. Naruto flies into the wall and he gets right back up. Like there's no break. Naruto is not giving him a break. So at some point in time, the Diva Path slips up and he tries to pull Naruto because he got like a few rods into his body, and he pulls Naruto and he slams him into the ground. And then Sasuke, seeing this, he assumes that Naruto's given up, right? Because this is probably the longest fight he's had. So Sasuke goes in, and then like this prompts Pain to be like, "Oh, your brother's looking for you." And almost immediately hit him with like 4 different chakra rods, preventing him from moving. Even though Sasuke was able to see them, they were extremely fast because Pain is not wasting any more time here than he actually feels like he has to. Why? Because Naruto shook this man. He didn't even think he was going to have to fight Naruto to the extent that he did. But lo and behold, they're still here, right? So as this is going on, Naruto, like he sees this, but Naruto is still underneath this, like this godly aspect. Like his gaze is cold. His mind is clear. He sees only one target, right? But as all of this is going on, he looks over and he sees Sasuke laid out. So he goes from seeing one target to not only seeing a target but a friend laid out, right? And Naruto, in his mind, now his mind is racing. He's like, did he really jump in because he thought I was losing? I'm not losing. I just wanted to prolong this. His judgment is not over, right? And Naruto in his head, he's like, was I cocky? Was I too cocky? And the Nine Tails pops back up and was like, well, what if I can tell you I can help? Right? Because at this point in time, Naruto isn't stuck in fear. No, he's actually contemplating his actions. He's giving the Nine Tails a reason to want to take control. Right? So the Nine Tails and him, they're sitting there. Naruto, throughout all of his like little angst, Naruto has never expressed any of this because he hasn't lost. Like he hasn't really taken any major L's outside of maybe training with some of his people. So this is like brand new to him, right? So as all of this is going on, like Sasuke is like trying to not wake Naruto up, but like he's trying to tell Pain like shut up. He's not like gonna take him. And as like Sasuke is trying to get up, Pain hits him with a few more chakra rods, basically preventing him from getting up. And like Hinata gets this sick feeling in her stomach, and like the entire time, Gara notices this, and since Gara's a Jinchuriki on top of that, he can feel it too. And this is not a good thing, right? So he basically tells Tsunade that if you can get anybody outside of the Leaf Village, like now would probably be the perfect time, because what's about to come out of Naruto probably isn't a jest to a Jinchuriki. It's most likely some aggression that is not named from this. Like they can sense this premature. Like that's how bad this is going to be, right? So as Pain is having all of this conversation with Sasuke, Sasuke looks over with this trembling face, but Pain thinks it's because of him. But Sasuke, like he's looking over and he could just see it. The Nine Tails chakra oozing off of Naruto. So Pain finally thinks like, oh yeah, he's giving into the Nine Tails. This is gonna be so easy, right? But Naruto looks up and he gets this devilish smile, and he grabs one of his butcher blades, and almost within like a split second, all the chakra rods get broken off. But Naruto isn't in control. So Naruto's in that mindscape having his conversation with Minato, and Minato is a lot more surprised at the fact that Naruto's basically a fucking god, right? So he tells Naruto he gotta be better, but underneath all of this, like they're having an actual conversation, and Minato's telling him about all the stuff that he knows, and so on and so forth. And he even tells him about his time as a Hokage, which Naruto deeply enjoys. Meanwhile, outside, Pain is running for his fucking life, right? Because he's not fighting Naruto, he's fighting the Nine Tails. And the Nine Tails, although he doesn't have a fighting style, he knows that imbuing his chakra and Naruto's into those swords increases everything about Naruto's fighting style for some strange fucking reason. So he does exactly that. He imbues enough chakra into those butcher blades to turn them bright orange. Get where I'm going with this, right? Almost like there's an emblem, like there's a semblance to Kratos. I'm not. I don't know. I've never played God of War. It is what it is. Right? Don't fault me on that. Don't. I've seen it. I like the games. I've seen what he do. That boy be going crazy. I will admit. Anyway, so Pain is basically like the fight scene between the Four Tails and Pain, like, yeah, just different because he's not in the tails, like he's not in the actual Four Tail state. This man is in like the three tail state. And the only reason why that's so significant is because Naruto has so much chakra by himself. The Nine Tails doesn't have to put too much chakra into the seal to almost break it. Naruto does that on his own by himself, right? Anyway, so as all this is going on, like Naruto finally come to his senses, and he's seeing the fight. Like he can like see the fight through the Nine Tails perspective, the same way the Nine Tails could see Naruto through his perspective. Right, so he's finally get to see what the Nine Tails see, and Naruto is witnessing the Nine Tails basically like not grace, because Naruto himself isn't gracefully, so I can't say Naruto's like he's like ungraceful, like chasing the pain. No, he's ruthlessly chasing this man. This man, Naruto, like they're fighting like if yeah, yeah, they're like it's like Pain is fighting a rabid beast that knows swords, like that can use a sword. Anyway, so Naruto retakes control of his body and he like, he parries Pain's attack and he gets a good cut on him. And yeah, few things. And then Pain tries to run. Obviously, this doesn't work. Naruto just like pins him down with his blades. And through using those blades, he finds out where the actual Pain is, which prompts Pain and Konan to try to move. But by the time they do, Naruto's already there. Why? Because he is. And Naruto, underneath that exact same like prospect, him and the Nine Tails are no longer on speaking terms because the Nine Tails, even though he doesn't want to get involved with Naruto's progression, he literally just finished trying to take over Naruto's body, and Naruto did not need to see what him and the Nine Tails would become if they, or well, if they're not what the Nine Tails would become if he just took over his body. Anyway, with that being said, he ends up not like he gives a Tagano Jutsu to Nagato, but not in the way that you think. He basically tells him like, "Yo, you shouldn't have been doing none of this in the first place. Like, yeah, the world was down on you, but like, come on, bro. I was sheltered my whole life. You think I wasn't, you know?" Anyway, so Nagato does end up restoring like the Leaf Village or the people in the Leaf Village, not the actual Leaf Village. So not Sasuke, Kakashi does come back, and Sasuke, yeah, he ends up, yeah. So Naruto comes back to the Leaf Village, and he actually is fucking tired because the Nine Tails just finished taking over him and tried to use as much as Naruto's chakra as possible, right? And so Naruto, like, he comes back to the Leaf Village, he passes out. The same like little celebration that happens as normal happens, and then they begin like this large conversation, in secret, obviously, about how they're going to try to get Itachi, well, Sasuke to fight Itachi. But this is where I'm ending this part off. If y'all enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you enjoyed my content, please subscribe. Anyway, this has been Shinobi. Peace.